Hello everyone, welcome back to Criminal Procedure. So for this video, i-continue lang natin yung napag-usapan na natin in our previous video no, about warrantless searches. And our topic is search of moving vehicle. So a warrantless search of a moving vehicle is justified on the ground that it is not practicable to secure a warrant because the vehicle can be quickly moved out of the locality or jurisdiction in which the warrant must be sought. So that is explained by the Supreme Court in the case of People versus Tuazon, 532 SCRA 152, September 3, 2007. So, but in order to guide us in determining whether or not the warrantless search of a moving vehicle is valid, we have this recent case of Mario Veridiano Isapi versus People, GR number 200370, June 7, 2017. So in this particular case, we will learn ano yung rule na dapat nating tandaan in search of moving vehicles. The rules governing searches and seizures have been liberalized when the object of a search is a vehicle for practical purposes. Gaya ng sabi natin na it would be impractical for police officers to appear before a judge and apply for a search warrant when time is of the essence, considering the efficiency of vehicles in facilitating transactions involving contraband or dangerous articles. Diba um, yung sa first natin na video about search and seizure, in-explain ko doon na yung concept talaga ng warrantless search is that time is of the essence. That is why there is no need to secure a search warrant. Kasi nga, kapag mag-secure ka pa ng search warrant, then baka hindi mo na maabutan o hindi mo na ma-search kung ano yung gusto nyo i-search in connection with the commission of an offense. So, just remember the principle of time is of the essence in warrantless searches. However, the inherent mobility of vehicles cannot justify all kinds of searches. So, hindi ibig sabihin na dahil moving vehicle yan or dahil nasa checkpoint yan, lahat ng searches na kinakandak dyan are valid. Hindi ganon. Still, the law enforcers must act on the basis of probable cause. So the rule laid down by the Supreme Court in this new case is hindi sufficient yung tip or yung information given by an informant. Kailangan, aside from that tip or from the information, the police officer must have established probable cause. Meaning to say, they have personal knowledge that the suspect sought to be arrested has committed a crime. Bago nila i-conduct yung search. Hindi lang on the basis of a tip or an information. So let us examine that by reviewing certain cases decided by the Supreme Court. In People versus Brace, apart from the tip information they received, the law enforcement agents observed suspicious behavior on the part of the accused that gave them reasonable ground to believe that a crime was being committed. So, actually, ang nangyari dito, nung nagpakilala ang mga police officers, yung person, yung accused here, immediately alighted from the bus. Iniwan niya yung gamit niya doon sa bus. Sabi ng Supreme Court, that is an unusual conduct. And therefore, that could raise a justification that raises a reasonable ground to believe that a crime was being committed. So nagkaroon na ngayon ng personal knowledge yung mga law enforcement agents. Aside from the information or aside from the tip, meron silang personal knowledge na yung taong ito na gusto nilang arestuhin is or was committing a crime. Another case, In People versus Mariacos, a police officer received information that a bag containing illegal drugs was about to be transported on a passenger jeepney. The bag was marked with OK. On the basis of the tip, a police officer conducted surveillance operations on board a jeepney. Upon seeing the bag described to him, he peeked inside and smelled the distinct odor of marijuana emanating from the bag. The tip information and the police officer's personal observations gave rise to probable cause that rendered the warrantless search valid. So, kung napapansin ninyo, hindi lang sila hindi lang on the basis of the tip, no, ang kanilang pag-arrest. Meron din silang ginagawa, no, observations, no, sufficient to give rise to probable cause. So, kung tip lang yan, kulang yan. Hindi siya it will not justify the warrantless search, the arrest, and consequently, it will not justify the warrantless search. The police officers in People versus Ayangao and People versus Libnao likewise received tip information regarding the transport of illegal drugs. In Libnao, the police officers had probable cause to arrest the accused based on their 3-month-long surveillance operation in the area where the accused was arrested. So meron pa silang 3-month-long surveillance operation para mag-establish ng probable cause. On the other hand, in Ayangao, the police officers noticed marijuana leaves protruding through a hole in one of the sacks carried by the accused. So, plain view na yan kasi nag-protrude siya. Lumabas yung marijuana leaves. And based sa experience and knowledge of the police officers, pwede na yun na maging probable cause or pwede na yung ma-establish as their personal knowledge, no, to give rise to probable cause. So, balikan natin yung rule in this particular case of Mariano Viridiano Isapi versus People. Sabi ng Supreme Court, aside sa tip, dapat merong personal knowledge yung mga police officers sufficient to establish probable cause that a crime is being committed and the person sought to be arrested has committed it, in order to justify a warrantless search, no, after the arrest. Okay? Okay, pag-usapan natin dyan, ano yung basic principle ng checkpoints? Actually, yung checkpoint, isa itong variant, no, ng search of a moving vehicle. Pero ang ginagawa lang sa checkpoint is plain view lang, visual search lang, no? Hindi pwedeng mag-conduct ng body search at bawal din ang extensive na search, no, in checkpoints. However, may mga instances that the court allows extensive search of vehicles in a checkpoint, no? Kapag meron, again, no, merong probable cause or merong personal knowledge yung mga police officers which gives rise to a probable cause that a crime is being committed and the persons, no, sought to be arrested has committed it. So again, kailangan mag-establish ka muna ng probable cause bago ka mag-conduct ng extensive search in checkpoints. Pero generally, kapag checkpoint, it is limited only to visual searches. Okay, balikan natin yung Mario Veridiano Isapi versus People. The ruling of the Supreme Court here is that the warrantless search daw of on the ground of the warrantless search, no, of moving vehicle was held to be invalid, no, by the Supreme Court kasi aside from the tip na binigay sa mga police officers here, wala namang ginawa yung mga police officers. Wala silang ibang ginawa kundi pababain yung mga passengers and then require them to raise their t-shirts. So, if at the very first na contact nila with the accused, kung wala namang nakaupo lang si accused, wala naman siyang ginawa, then Therefore, walang circumstances no that will give rise to probable cause no for his arrest para consequently magkaroon ng search no of moving vehicle and a search no on his body no or body search. And the Supreme Court said that because of that invalid search, then all all things or properties that have been seized from him, from the body of the suspect here, was held to be inadmissible in evidence, no, in accordance with the exclusionary principle. Buy-bust operations. So actually, a buy-bust operation is considered as one of the instances of in flagrante delicto arrests. Kasi in buy-bust operations, the suspect here is caught in the act no, of committing an offense. But ang tawag natin dyan is entrapment. No? Yan yung legal term natin for buy-bust operation. When you say entrapment, it is the employment of such ways and means for the purpose of trapping or capturing a lawbreaker. So, while instigation naman is the means by which the accused is lured into the commission of the offense charged in order to prosecute him. So, ang kaibahan ng entrapment at saka ng instigation, yung sa instigation, the criminal intent comes from the inducer, no? Who is the police officer. Pero in the entrapment, hindi siya inducement kasi like for example no in buy-bust operations no for catching peddlers of illegal drugs. So in that case, kapag for example yung police officers bumili siya, nag-act siya as a pusher buyer, hindi naman yan ibig sabihin na he is luring no, the seller to sell to him an illegal drug, di ba? So kung he's acting no, or parang tawag nila dyan is undercover, then that is entrapment because if for example, kapag bumili siya at nagbenta naman yung isa, then the criminal intent did not come from the police officer, but from the suspect, no? Or from the person sought to be arrested. But in instigation, iba yung instigation because here the criminal intent or design to commit the offense originates in the mind of the law enforcement officials. Like for example, the police officer will ask the accused to buy an illegal drug. So even if the accused already intimated that he is not selling drugs or he is not engaged into buying and selling drugs. So in that case, that is already instigation because the criminal intent did not come from the accused, but it came from the police officer. But actually, there is no rigid or textbook method no, in conducting a buy-bust operation. There are actually two tests no, that were developed by the court no, in determining the occurrence of entrapment. Number one is the subjective test and the other one is the objective test. Dito sa subjective test, yung focus dito is yung intent or predisposition ng accused to commit the crime. But in objective test, this demands that the details of the purported transaction must be clearly and adequately shown. So ang test na ginagamit ngayon ng ating justice system is the objective test, which is commonly known as the chain of custody rule. yung kailangan i-record mo yung lahat ng details ng transaction from the initial contact between the pusher buyer and the pusher, the offer to purchase, the promise or payment of the consideration until the consummation of the sale by the delivery of the illegal drug subject of the sale, the manner by which the initial contact was made, whether or not through an informant, the offer to purchase the drug, the payment of the buy-bust money, and the delivery of the illegal drug, whether to the informant alone or the police officer, must be the subject of strict scrutiny by courts to ensure that law-abiding citizens are not unlawfully induced to commit an offense. No? Yan yung tinatawag natin na chain of custody. Na lahat ng transaction, yung link, dapat they are recorded. No? Kaya, very strict no yung Supreme Court no in proceedings like this no like in buy-bust operations no arrest through a buy-bust operation. Okay, so that ends our discussion for search of moving vehicle. So we will continue our discussion on warrantless searches in the next video. So thank you and goodbye.